Yeah, you are very interested. It looks on your face. So much interest.
No, but I haven't heard the story, so I want to hear it.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you, I'm not sure that I will tell you the same way as I told your sister. You know, and it comes, you know, that depends of my feelings, you know. And now I feel okay, and I will tell you, if you like it or not, the story of Baltimore.
Okay.
So.
Böské, 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 Böské.
It came during a very early in the morning, around 5 o'clock, when I woke up listening to aeroplanes flying overhead, and very low because it was very noisy. And then I opened the window and looked out and looked up, and I saw the planes with a swastika painted on it. Because Grandpa said to me, don't worry about it, those are the Belgian Air Forces practicing flights, you know. And I said, I don't know, I don't like it. And then I looked at it and I said, those are not Belgians, those are German planes overhead. Well, then it started to come down, the bombs, and then I got really hysterical, absolutely terrified.
Yeah.
And I said to Grandpa, I am dressing now, because it was 4 o'clock in the morning, I wasn't dressed, and I'm dressing the children and we are going. And then Grandpa said, don't get scared. And I said, I don't stay put, I am going, and if you don't want to drive us, I will take the 2 children with me and I walk on the street as far as I can. In 1940, on the 13th of May, we sat on our car and started to drive away from Belgium.
Did you take all your stuff with you? Or?
But darling, everybody had a knapsack. Even your Auntie Eve, who was exactly 3 years old, she had a very little knapsack filled with chocolate bars. And your father, who was 6.5 years old, he had some other type of food. And that's all what we were carrying, only food with us. We couldn't carry anything else. And naturally, Grandpa wanted to go back to Belgium. But I didn't like the idea, because that country where I had to run away, I am not going back. I won't be happy there. And nor will my children happy there. So he realized that there is no way out. He couldn't go back alone and leave his wife and his 2 children here. So he stayed here. He wasn't very happy. You know, he was a true European. I understand that quality. So I know that because he wasn't the only one. There were very many people, they went back to Europe from England. People, we had there very good friends. And let me tell you, they went back not only to Europe, to a certain country, but they went straight back to Germany, which I never could understand. To go back to a country which so much atrocities happened and so terrible it was, how could anybody go back there? But that's people like that, can't help. So that's the reason that we stayed here in Montreal. And slowly but surely, he understood that this is the country where we stay And we became the citizens and very happy. That's all.
Okay?
Okay, sweetheart.
I thought it was a Hungarian lullaby, or something especially for children, Granny. But it's a drinking song?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hogy a fene egyen meg már megint üres ez az szepedi bár, de nagyon ihatnék.
This is your parents, eh, Granny? Oh, and here you are with Nicky when he was a baby.
Oh, here. Oh, the land. Ah, the land. That's beautiful. Alexander. Oops. Ooh. Was it? It is a very... Oh, don't go there. Don't go underneath the table.
And, you see, I don't want to make myself a hero. Let's face it, I had nobody left in my family. They were all in concentration camp. One brother of mine was taken out of the Belsen concentration camp by the Swedish Red Cross. And I got to know, because I wrote to everywhere from England, all the Red Crosses in all over Europe, looking for my family. Nobody found anybody, only one brother of mine. I have his photograph. Ernest, yes. He was taken out from the concentration camp in Belsen. Yes, I couldn't hear some of the sound like that. And they took him to Sweden. Now I forget the name of the town. And you know that what is the tragic comedy in this story? That my late brother, Ernest, was fighting with the Germans because Hungarians always take the wrong side. We fought with the Germans. And he was in that army, in the Hungarian army, fighting for the Germans against Italian and the rest of them. And he was the one who was put in a concentration camp fighting for Germany and put him in a mine. And then I had a letter from him, and then he died there. He was very sick, and I had a beautiful letter from the doctor. I can't remember the name suddenly, the little town where he was in the hospital. And the doctor wrote to me a nice letter, and he said that, sorry, he didn't want to live. After all, his wife was killed, and his 16 years old son was killed. And of course the father, mother, and other sister and brother were all killed. So he didn't want to live anymore. It was enough, and he was very sick. I remember he sent me a photograph, almost I wouldn't recognize him the way from the hospital from Sweden. And you know, what can I do for my only brother? That's the only one who remained alive. We were rationed, you know, rationing food, everything. We were very short with food. I kept on saving some food, tin fruit. That was something that, and then I made a parcel and I sent it to Sweden from England. He said, very sorry, government changed their mind and said, we here in England, we are very short of food. We can't send, you are not allowed to send out food from England to another country. And brought back that food for me. The postman was so upset with me together. We cried together nicely. And then he died there. Malmud. What's the name of the Swedish town? I don't know.
Life is like a baby's shirt, short and shitty.
Granny's from Pennsylvania.
What is the name of that wild man in Transylvania?
Dracula.
Dracula, yes.
That's where you're from?
That comes from my country.
Dracula.
Transylvania.
In fact, that was her father. Am I right?
No, darling. I didn't even know that he came from Transylvania. He wasn't very famous in my country.
What
You
about-
know that nobody is famous at home. Have to go to Hollywood to get famous.